Hey guys, it's Jgrupe here. We're just doing another story. It's something a bit different today. I'm not following the normal series. Just taking a little break from that, just to get something fresh. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're liking the content so far. Any content you wish to see, comment below on links or share a story, and I'll be sure to narrate that for you. Ignore the background noise today if you can, guys. I am recording it in the car, so maybe a little noise in the background. But let's get on with the story. So this story is titled "A Fucking Demon Clown Just Crashed My Birthday Party." I told my parents I didn't want a clown for my birthday party. If they listened to me, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe all those people wouldn't have died. Why doesn't anybody ever listen to me? I told them I wanted a magician, and they wound up booking a pretty decent one. But halfway through his act, the clown showed up. My dad could be heard at the front door, shouting at him first. No, we didn't order a clown. I just called for an estimate. Get your big foot out of the door and let me close it, will you? I went over and peeked around the corner to see a very tall, bald clown. His entire head painted with chalky white paint. It was caked on and peeling. Streaks of red were around his lips and eyes, and he wore a mostly plain white clown suit with a few red embellished fuzzy buttons, a crimson boutonnet, and a bow tie. He looked terrifying. My dad's eyes were wide and afraid, and he was using all his force to try and close the door, by the looks of it. Then the evil-looking clown squinted some liquid, sorry, squirted some liquid out of the red flower on his lapel, and it hit my dad square in the face. He immediately spat it out and sputtered, trying to say something. Then his face went blank and slack, and he stood back from the door holding it open. The clown sauntered in right past him, shoes squeaking loudly as he walked. At the other end of the living room, the magician was attempting bravely to continue his act, despite the fact that my dozen or so friends had lost all interest and were now fixated on the commotion happening at the front door. The clown marched in, just as he was doing the reveal, on an extensive card trick. As he was flourishing the Queen of Spades in the air, the clown began to pull things out from his pockets, distracting all the children. A balloon giraffe, a pogo stick, a handkerchief that seemed to go on and on forever. Excuse me, sir. I was right in the middle of my act. You can't just come in barging in here and interrupt everything like you own the place. The clown's eyes flicked over to the magician, and I noticed now the irises were a crimson red colour as well, just like his bow and bow tie and face paint. I already knew something was wrong, but that drove it home, and I started to get up, wanting to run to the phone and call 911. What happened next froze me in my tracks, and I found myself incapable of doing anything but staring. From the oversized pockets of his suit, the clown pulled out a miniature chainsaw. He pulled the cord, and the room filled with a rusty buzzing sound of it. Hold this for me, will you, pal? He threw the chainsaw at the magician, and it spun through the air, landing square in his chest. There was a chainsaw grabbed onto his shirt and began to buzz and cut his clothing, and then into his flesh, as if it were a possessed piranha going in for the kill. The magician screamed and pulled at the thing, putting his hands clumsily onto the blade without thinking, only trying to make the pain stop. His fingers were a bloody ruin as he howled and pulled at the chainsaw desperately. But soon it had burrowed all the way through his sternum, and his heart, causing him to kneel over dead. The chainsaw continued its high-pitched buzz from inside his chest, and his corpse quivered up and down with it inside of him, still soaring away. "All right, who's the lucky birthday boy?" The clown howled, laughing. "I want you to come up here for a special surprise." My dad standing glassy-eyed nearby, and he pointed to me, seeming hypnotized. All of my friends were huddled in one corner on the couch, screaming. "Him! It's his birthday!" The horrible clown's face gazed and fixed on me, his head tilting slightly as he took me in. "Get over here, birthday boy. It's your lucky day." He lifted his index finger and curled it inward, beckoning me to come closer. I found myself doing just that, despite my intense desire not to. I ended up standing next to him in the living room, my friends sitting around watching, my dad looking on admiringly. "What's your name, innocent one?" "Jordan." The clown bent down and whispered in my ear, "What do you want for your birthday, Jordan?" "More than anything else in the world." I thought hard about it. In retrospect, I should have just wished for him to go away. But strangely, that thought did not occur to me. Suddenly, as I looked into his crimson-coloured eyes, I felt greed take over me. He was offering me whatever I wanted, so I would take it. A turtle. I've always wanted a turtle. He grinned, his brown and yellow teeth showing, grimly stained. "A turtle, you say?" I nodded. "Well, why stop there? How about 2 turtles? Maybe 3 or 4? What do you say? I'll just make you 5 turtles. Then you can have them for your very special friend." I found myself jumping up and down, a smile stretched wide on my face. But suddenly I didn't feel excited. I felt nervous again, and scared and worried about what he was going to do next. The clown was not going to give me my birthday present I would enjoy. I felt fairly confident of that. The clown pulled a giant cardboard box out of his pants. It was way too large to fit inside his pocket, and that was when I realized he was not from this world. He was from somewhere else entirely. No magician was capable of performing that sort of a trick. He pulled a big black marker out of his pocket next, and wrote on the side of the box, "Transformiga." Then he called up 5 of my friends, and had them stand close together, huddle in a circle. "So you want 5 circles, right? You want 5 turtles, right?" I shook my head, horrified. It wasn't possible. What he was about to do wasn't possible. But then he did anyway. He dropped the big cardboard box down on my friends, and I heard them scream from inside the box. My dad was bouncing up and down, clapping and laughing like a kid, seeming completely unhinged and no longer in control of himself. The clown just giggled and held the box firmly down. Then the screaming stopped, and he raised up the box. My friends were gone, and 5 cheap-looking plastic turtles were there instead, standing lifeless on the carpet. Their glassy eyes looked sad and confused. "Enjoy your present, kid." The clown ran over to the magician and pulled his chainsaw from the corpse, disemboweled him in the process. leaving a pile of leaking entrails on the rug. His giant shoes squeaked loudly as he walked out of the house, walking past my mum, who was bringing home pizza for us. She had only left for 20 minutes, but that was long enough to change our lives forever. She entered the living room to find a place what was a pile of gore, a dead magician, and half as many kids as when she had left. The rest of us were screaming hysterically and wouldn't stop for quite some time after that. Fucking clowns are the worst. So, just a short one today, guys. Just fancied something different, something fresh, just to change the direction of the channel a little bit instead of the long, drawn-out stories. Though, if you are preferring that, please let me know, and I will be continuing the story from Fainting Goat very soon. Or if you enjoy the shorter form of story, also comment and let me know. Please subscribe to the channel if you are liking it, and I hope to hear from you again soon. Hey guys, it's Jgrupe here. We're just doing another story.